apogee of digital absurdity, Hasanabi's polysyllabic roast and the Elysian defense of Sydney Sweeney. Gather ye, the dazed denizens of this digital amphitheatre, as I unfurl a treatise of obfuscatory proportions upon the calamitous conflagration of discourse, ignited by none other than our luminary polemicist, Hasanabi.
You know? And Tectone is the perfect person to say this to. It's like, bro, like, this is not like something that you should be openly advocating for. You know what I mean? Like, you should be ashamed to be like, oh, the video game industry is not appealing to my fantasies. Some games are going to feature this, and that's fine. And some games are going to feature this. Like, who gives a... Oh, my Lord. I think people are just... The more time we spend online, the more shameless we become with our digital footprint. The less time we spend with other human beings in the real world, the more creepy people get. And I think this is the final stage of that creeper-like behavior, where you're just like not only unashamed of these desires, but you have turned this into like a political movement in your mind. Okay? Because on its face, this right here, on its face, this statement right here literally is like, every video game female lead has to be a female lead that I can off to. Like, I'm brained. My brain is broken. I need to be able to. It's very weird. It's a very strange way to exist. And it's extra strange to like openly admit that this is your desire. And it's even stranger to say, like, this is at the forefront of my political movement. This is at the forefront of my advocacy. Okay? And there's a real world example of this as well that I want to point to. Sydney Sweeney. Okay? As you guys know, we're big fans of Sydney Sweeney. The problem is, Sydney Sweeney is a real human being. And when you're a real human being, sometimes you're not going to be under horrible light. You're not going to look the same as you do on the cover of a magazine. Sydney Sweeney shows off bikini body lounging outside a $13 million Florida Keys mansion. And this guy actually responded to this, and I didn't even like his response either. But he's referencing like all of the people that were like, what the like all women are catfishes, like what the like this is crazy. It's really crazy how like 85 to 95% of men can't seem to figure out that 80% of what they find attractive is painstakingly, carefully curated presentation, 10% plastics and filler, and about 10% base model female. As soon as the presentation isn't carefully curated, they get turned off and confused. And Emily Sears is correct, by the way. This is broad daylight and the absolute most unflattering lighting possible. Give her a break. Like, Sydney Sweeney is incredibly attractive. Like, she is fine as, like, I don't know how else to describe it. Awooga, you know what I mean? Like, we need to women are catfishes. The question is to what degree? Like, you look at these photos and you think, oh, gross. You're a freak. Okay? Do you not have mothers? Do you not have sisters? Have you never been around a woman? Do you not understand that, like, of course, people are not going to always look their best, their very best? And she still looks fantastic here. I don't understand it. Like, have these guys forgotten what real human beings look like? Now, the reason why I'm saying, do you not have a mom or a sister or a cousin or something, is because I know they don't have girlfriends. Okay? I know they do not have girlfriends. Because if they ever had girlfriends, they would know that, yeah, of course, someone being dolled up is going to look different than when, you know, they're waking up in the morning. And it doesn't even matter. It's not even saying, I'm not even saying that, like, oh, when you're not dolled up to your very best, when you're maxed out with the best lighting possible, like, that's the only time you look great or whatever. Like, you're a freak. Just be a human being. Be a normal human being. What the hell is wrong with people?
His rhetorical scythe hath descended upon the baffling musings of streamer Tectone, a veritable symposium of self-inflicted embarrassment, while simultaneously issuing an impassioned apologia for the oft-misunderstood Sidney Sweeney. This tempest of discourse shall herein be dissected, delineated, and deconstructed through the veritable labyrinth of polysyllabic hyperbole that befits such an epistemological undertaking. The tectonic misstep, a fetishistic fracas. First, let us delve into the cyclopean quagmire wrought by Tectone, whose errant exhalations on video games errata have drawn the ire of Hasanabi's incisive invective. Tectone's lamentation, which bemoans the ostensible insufficiency of fantastical titillation within the interactive digital medium, is emblematic of an enfeebled ethos, nay, an epistemological ecdysis that forsakes reality for reverie. His proclamation that games must cater to his puerile preoccupations is an exercise in unabashed solipsism. Hasanabi, wielding his rhetorical cudgel with both precision and panache, has rightly excoriated this position as the apex of anthropocentric absurdity. The mere audacity to advocate openly for the gamification of prurient fantasies, as though such indulgences constitute a laudable platform of socio-political advocacy, is a testament to the digital myopia of this epoch. As Hasanabi posits through his circuitous dialectic, this reductionist lens through which Tectone views art, demanding female leads serve as mere vessels of libidinal gratification, is emblematic of the terminal stage of chronically online degeneracy. Creepers of the digital diaspora, a postmodern manifestation. Behold, the archetype of the terminally online, an individual untethered from the tactile realities of human existence, wandering the algorithmic void in search of validation for desires that are better left to the confines of quiet introspection. Hasanabi rightly castigates this proclivity as symptomatic of a broader socio-cultural malaise, a zeitgeist wherein the boundaries of decency and decorum have been eroded by the ceaseless tide of unfiltered online discourse. The emergent pathology is clear, the proclivity to transmute personal peccadillos into public manifestos, thus transforming the banal into the grotesque. What Tectone has done is more than overshare. He has turned his own predilections into a dialectical cudgel, a declaration that such fantasies warrant artistic prioritization. It is, as Hasanabi so eloquently lampoons, the ideological equivalent of declaring, "My broken brain requires palliative escapism, ergo the art must bend to my whims." The egregious conflation of artifice and reality. Shifting from the digitized hinterlands of gaming to the terrestrial terrain of celebrity discourse, we arrive at the Elysian shores of Sidney Sweeney. Here, Hasanabi's rhetorical arsenal shifts from excoriation to exoneration as he undertakes the Herculean labor of dismantling the chauvinistic critique levied against her corporeal aesthetics. What manner of cognitive dissonance must possess these detractors to conflate the curated imagery of a magazine spread with the quotidian visages of reality? In an era where filters, fillers, and Photoshop reign supreme, one must marvel at the sheer audacity required to deride a public figure for appearing human. Sweeney, subjected to this absurdist scrutiny, becomes a microcosm of the paradox that defines contemporary attraction. A populace entranced by the illusion of perfection, yet revolted by its inevitable dissolution. Hasanabi's defense transcends the particulars of Sweeney herself. It is an invocation for humanity to recalibrate its understanding of beauty, to disentangle the simulacrum from the substrate. Hasanabi's indictment of misogyny, a rhetorical tour de force. In his diatribe against Sweeney's detractors, Hasanabi exposes a latent misogyny that permeates these critiques, couched as they are in the language of aesthetic disappointment. He decries the cognitive dissonance of those who fail to recognize the labor inherent in beauty, a labor that extends beyond cosmetics and into the realm of lighting, pose, and post-production. His rhetorical gambit, punctuated with the sardonic exclamation of Ahuga, underscores the absurdity of the discourse, illuminating the broader cultural pathology wherein the unreal is venerated and the real is vilified. The crux of Hasanabi's argument is an appeal to empathy, a clarion call for the masses to remember their own humanity. Do you not have mothers, sisters, cousins, he demands, compelling his audience to confront the cognitive dissonance of their critiques. Such a reframing shifts the discourse from the specifics of Sweeney's appearance to the universality of human imperfection, a rhetorical maneuver as incisive as it is effective. The dialectical interplay from gaming to Sweeney, what unites these disparate threads, the critique of Tectone's gaming proclivities and the defense of Sweeney, is a singular thematic undercurrent, the pathological inability to reconcile fantasy with reality. Whether through the lens of video game escapism or celebrity aesthetics, the discourse reflects a broader cultural malaise wherein the ideal supplants the authentic and personal desire is elevated to the status of public demand. Hasanabi, in his characteristic style, serves as the gadfly of this discourse, challenging his audience to confront their own biases and assumptions. His critique of Tectone's solipsism mirrors his defense of Sweeney's humanity, revealing a dialectical consistency that transcends the particulars of each argument. It is a testament to his rhetorical dexterity that he navigates these topics with equal parts humor and gravitas, illuminating the absurdity of the discourse while refusing to abdicate its stakes. Toward a synthesis, the humanization of the digital age, in summation, Hasanabi's dual interventions in the realms of gaming and celebrity culture serve as a poignant reminder of the need for empathy and critical reflection in an increasingly digitized world. His critique of Tectone and defense of Sweeney are not merely reactions to specific instances of absurdity. They are manifestations of a broader philosophical project aimed at reconciling the virtual and the real, the ideal and the authentic. As we traverse the labyrinth of Hasanabi's rhetoric, let us not lose sight of the broader stakes, the preservation of our shared humanity in an age that so often seeks to erode it. This essay, replete with the polysyllabic verbosity and hyper-obfuscation befitting its subject, stands as a monument to the complexities of discourse in the digital age, a testament to the enduring relevance of critical thought amidst the cacophony of online absurdity.